This is the car I was most excited to test drive. I was walking through a mall with my son this past Sunday and saw this on display at the Huawei store. I asked if I could test drive it, and the sales rep's response was no. I came the next day with my wife and spoke with a different, very outgoing salesperson, and he booked us for the next day. We came back the next day, which was Tuesday, January the 9th at 11:30 a.m. We scheduled our test drive for noon, but I wanted to show up early. We arrived, and the first salesman was there, not the one who seemed to really like his job. So this other guy asks for my license, and he looks at the date and says, since I'm a new driver, I can't test drive the car, and starts to walk off to greet others. My wife immediately shoots back that I just renewed my license. You see, the expiration date for first-time license holders in China is 5 years. Renewals after that first 5 years are every 10 years. If he paid attention to the expiration date, he would have known. He sighed and came back. I signed my name into the system and he tells us to wait. He then goes to the other customers who are there. And I tell my wife I thought I overheard them discussing whether they, unscheduled, can cut in front of us. Shortly after, I see the customers go to the elevator. He looks around to see if no one is looking, and then he sneaks off. We're waiting, and then at 1 o'clock, he comes back to take us. 1 hour later. We're finally test driving the car 1 hour later, and the guy says nothing. He just sits there. Every salesperson on other test drives explained functions, price, financing, but this guy, crickets. We plan to buy a new Chinese EV or hybrid and tour China for the summer with our cats. And this would be great because our children would each have their own seats, and we can fold down the back seats for our Maine Coon kittens. And we can afford it. But this experience took away all my excitement. So, the search continues. I've scheduled 10 Chinese EVs to test drive next week. Thanks for watching, subscribe, and stay tuned for more.